Hello, my name is Randy Rolfe, and I'm an independent consultant with Nikken, and this is a production of Nikken Consultants, not the corporation. And so we're just going to share our experiences, and I'm going to share a short PowerPoint first to give you an overview of Nikken, and then my co-host, Hattiejane will chime in to give more detail about the products, and then we're going to invite our special guest to share her stories and testimonials about what Nikken has done for her, in her health and lifestyle. So let me start with the screen share here. And we believe Nikken is a better way. Hattiejane, are you muted, please? There's some crunching going on. Thank you. Okay, and Nikken is a better way to a life in balance. I've been involved with Nikken for over 20 years, and it has changed my life. I feel as young or younger than I did when I started Nikken, and I had no complaints back then. But going from 50 to 70, a lot of people start having issues, and my husband and I, he's 74, we have no issues. We feel wonderful. We wake up vibrant and flexible and lots of energy, and I attribute that to Nikken. We'd always been eating well, taking food supplements, but Nikken added so much extra by restoring us to the natural energy fields, and they are the leaders in the world in developing products for regular use for people every day based on natural energy fields, as if we still lived outside, connected to the earth, like we did for our first couple of million years as humans. So the key to great health in all areas of life is the compounding effect of our daily small choices consistently over time. And they can make a radical difference in all your results, your income, your health, your relationships, your happiness, your success. And if you're watching the video, there's this graph showing that over time, and this is actually a personal story of one of our consultants, 24 months made the difference between having a life of not achieving your potential and truly being a human's being more, which is that upswing. And that is the motto of the company and has been from the very start in the mid-70s. So when I discovered Nikken, I was so excited that Mr. Masuda over in Japan was figuring out how to add energy from nature to our lives, because we had bought an old farmhouse in upstate New York and wanted to live closer to nature. And we had a mud basement or dirt basement, so we had the magnetic energy of the earth, and we were out gardening all the time, so we were getting the negative charge from the earth, and we were cooking, growing our own organic vegetables, but it became unsustainable. We didn't have a way to earn a living because there was a huge depression. We were both lawyers, but there was no business for us. So we had to move back to suburbia, and that's when I discovered that Nikken had developed products that could make it okay to live in suburbia and still get natural energy. And while we were living up there, we learned from the Native Americans how they use the nature to heal, and we also helped them fight the ultra high voltage transmission line that New York Power Company was putting across their land, and we saw the evidence of the dangers of electromagnetic pollution, and Nikken has addressed that with their product line. So it's truly amazing. The Nikken choice is all about active wellness and collaborative entrepreneurship. And I love that part too, because I left the practice of law to spend more time with my family and to have a healthier family, not being away all the time, working at 80 hours a week at the big firm. And the idea of working from home makes so much sense for young families, for parents being able to be with their children. So Nikken's whole philosophy is based on the 5 pillars of health and the pursuit of balance among those 5 pillars. And I loved that because I thought I'd given up the big finances when I left the big law firm. But Nikken has a way to build your income from home without giving out time for your family, your health, getting outdoors, your mental attitude. Working in the law firm all the time wasn't the healthiest mental area, and working for corporations isn't necessarily helping society. So having all 5 pillars in mind all the time is truly amazing. And we're going to talk about the healthy finances in society now, and then we'll talk more about the body-mind. So in modern life, what creates the stress? And we know that stress is the major contributor to all the health conditions, the chronic, degenerative problems that are facing us now. The great killers today in the developed countries are these chronic problems, and all the authorities say that these are stress related. They're related to lifestyle choices. So financial worries, health concerns, lack of time, unhealthy lifestyle, not enough time with family, too many demands, failure to take time to relax, workplace conflict, and so on is where all those stresses come from, and they build up. Our body can handle acute stress if it's intermittent and we can run or fight, but chronic stress builds up and our body needs special attention to be able to handle that. And the number one stress is financial. And Robert Kiyosaki has developed this idea of the cash flow quadrants. These are the 4 ways that people earn a living. And on the left side are the employees and self-employed. And those areas, time equals money. Your income stops if you're not putting in time. There's no leverage in either of those. We become self-employed to have more control, but then we're the last ones to get paid and no steady salary. So it's very hard to build wealth as an employee or a self-employed. So to build wealth and real financial freedom, financial balance, you want to move to the other 2 quadrants on the right side of this diagram, become a business owner or an investor. And there, with a business owner, you're leveraging the time and efforts of other people. And as an investor, you're leveraging your money. Your money earns money for you. But in both of those cases, traditionally, you needed a whole lot of money to start. Like a McDonald's franchise takes $1 million or 2 to get started, and to really build financial freedom, you need several of those that you own. And as an investor, of course, you need millions of dollars to start. Even $2 million in the bank at 5% only gives you $50,000 a year. That is not going to make you financially free in today's economy. So what can we do? What people are doing today is developing independent sources outside their jobs or instead of their jobs with temporary engagements, what's being called the gig economy. Millennials are joining the workforce, adding up gigs like Uber and doing business on Amazon. And both of those are great examples of huge changes that have happened in our economy just in the last 10 years. People are putting their cars to work with Uber and Amazon, the online business, not only purchasing, but selling online. And the millennials are leading that change because they saw that their parents and grandparents didn't get the great pensions they were promised. And they're changing employers 4 or 5 times in their life. And so the gig economy is where it's at. It's cost efficient, increases mobility, and allows you to develop more work-life balance. So we think Nikken is actually the ultimate perfect gig because the cost of entry, unlike McDonald's or other franchises that can be hundreds of thousands of dollars, you can join Nikken, actually join the Nikken family for under $100, but then to get your business started, you get your own wellness products, and then you're able to tell everybody else about them. So it's a turnkey entrepreneurial system and wonderful leadership development plan. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And you're leveraging the efforts of others who also have their own independent collaborative businesses with Nikken. So it's very easy to integrate into your life, and it's really an amazing gig enterprise. So what do we do as Nikken entrepreneurs? Well, we're leveraging and compounding the efforts of others, helping them build their own home-based businesses. So it really utilizes the concepts of the gig economy with many of the benefits of having a huge corporation behind you with amazing research and development and a unique line of patented products. And meanwhile, you have your own business you build. So it's easy to build this business. You join Nikken, you share and promote the products after you've had your own experiences. You invite people to join you as customers and also as business partners, as consultants. And Nikken does all the heavy lifting of a corporation, the inventory, the R&D, the warehousing, the accounting, the operations, and sending you your rewards, your commissions, special offers, incentives, bonuses, travel, and so on. The core of the business is, of course, the absolutely unique products. And for over 40 years, Nikken has been researching how to restore natural support systems to us in our modern homes. And it really, really works. They started with insoles and just to give more energy in your day, and then sleep and water and light and air, constantly doing research. So it's really a cash flow engine helping people build our Nikken wellness homes. And you get what you can initially, and then you develop the monthly support with the consumables, your nutritional and skincare. And then you can upgrade to replace your water bottle with the waterfall system, and then your sleep system, replace the cocoon with the full sleep system, and then share it with your family. And this is the perfect time of year with the holidays coming up to think about all the people you can give the gift of wellness with Nikken products. And then Nikken's constantly product innovating. Last month they introduced a grounding pad, and they're constantly evolving their technologies. So this is a diagram of our business model with you or me at the center with our own wellness home. We develop 5 or more customers who are building their own wellness home, and 3 or 4 core leaders who are duplicating what we've done. And it's a business of duplication. We sponsor and help those people build their businesses and introduce Nikken to their potential customers, and we call it the ABC system. And it's as simple as teaching 3 to reach 3, and then those 3 reach their 3. And the support system is amazing. Everybody wins in Nikken. There's not somebody at the top afraid that the vice president's going to take their place, or the senior partner that the legal income is going to be spread too much above among the associates. No, everybody wins in Nikken. The people above you want nothing better than for you to succeed, because they will get a bit of profit of what you are creating. And I love this, getting back to nature. One apple seed can predict actually growing millions and millions of apples if it's nurtured and put in the right environment. And we can be just like that. We have people in Nikken who, over the last 40 years of Nikken's existence, have impacted hundreds of thousands of lives. And they just started out like that little apple seed. And this is what I call the cone of possibility, with you at the top of the cone with your business model, and you help 3 to reach 3, and they reach 3, and each of them have their 5 customers. So by the time you have 3 leaders who have reached 3 leaders, you have at least 45 customers building their wellness homes in your organization, and that puts you at the silver level where you have $500 at least coming in on a monthly basis. And as your group duplicates that pattern, you increase your income and your impact on people, the planet, and the profits roll in. So these are the many ways we get paid. We can go into that in more detail if you're interested in building the business. Now we're going to talk about the active wellness part, and I'm going to introduce Hattiejane Harcourt. So she's going to carry on. Hi, Hattiejane. Let's unmute you. I'll unmute you. There you go. Are you unmuted? Wait, unmute. Now you have to unmute yourself. I don't know. I'm not unmuting you.
Got it.
There you go. Okay.
I love this process. It's
former nurse and wonderful partner in Nikken. So let me go back to our.
That is one of the most marvelous parts of the business, which is so experiential, in that the people I've met through Nikken, the people who are also fascinated and useful and recognize the tremendous health potential of these products, all are working together. We realize that Nikken, someone says the best secret out there, because it's not part of our nature, and the company has not put out big promotional things on billboards, touting out this thing and that thing. It's strictly person to person. Plus, Nikken has got 40 years of experience of humans doing their things and understanding how it works for them. And it's been in this country alone for 30 years. And yet nobody's heard about us much. But there are more evidence, and more magnets are showing up in the newspaper sometimes as other companies. But we have the very best based on actual physical continued use of people using the products and saying, hey, that feels better. Oh, my body works better. Oh, I don't have that discomfort. Oh, I can walk. I don't have to use a crutch. And oh, look, those other muscles are working. Oh, that's what I need to make sure that when I exercise, that I don't overextend the ones that I've strained, but at the same time, I recognize the others that are helping, so then I can do more effective exercise, not just repeating it because it's got to be repeated. And that is most wonderful. As we said, stress is a tremendous contributor to health and wellness. You're sick, it's even more, but it's just a part of life, and you're going to have stress. That's just all there is to it. But it can get very, very taxing on our human body, and being able to understand better ways to reduce it is really helpful. And taking a pill or going to a medication is very generalized. You may feel better, but how your body works and how it works better is not accessible to you because you don't notice any difference. But you're better, and you can keep pushing until you get more stress. Sleep. Well, if you don't sleep deeply and well, some period of the time, enough of the time, your body's internal marvelous little gizmos that heal and take down inflammation and allow you to repair what damage that has happened or allow you to grow. Well, you just don't get enough of it, and you don't do as well. The air indoor is so very affected by all of our things that we live with and love and are influenced by. So Nikken has looked at that too and taken that in consideration. And the water. Now, water is the one thing that we need, that we drink or need every day, that is an essential element for our bodies. It's not just a choice of beverage. It is, if our bodies can't take the water from their food and the water from our whatever we're drinking, well, it just doesn't get enough of it, and we're chronically dehydrated, not even realizing. So we put lotions on our skin so we don't appear so flaky. In reality, it's because we're dehydrated. And dehydration, the way our little cells in our bodies. Now, you hear me talking about cells. Now, forgive me, folks, because you see, I have been a nurse for a number of years, so I fall back into that category. But as any good mother tells you, you get a nursing degree, whether you want it or not, because of taking care of your family. So these products don't require a medical background. And the trends that have been showing up in the things that we have, we look around the mall, we can see all of us, including me, look a bit too big for our locomotion. And at the same time, our children are doing the same thing, and they're not as active. So it's a trend, and it's this first time that they're saying that we're going to outlive our children. That doesn't seem right. So what's an answer? Well, there are many different answers out there, and you've got to find what's right for your family. But what we here on this program have been involved with Nikken various times, and what I found with mine is that the type of technology that Nikken works into its products that meets our basic needs also introduces me to how my body works, because I can feel it and I can notice it. I take this product off and I notice something comes back and I don't want it. It hurt, put it back on and it doesn't hurt. And I move better, my locomotion's better, my balance is better, my sense of well-being is better. And it's because I myself has chosen to treat what I feel my body needs, and my body's telling me, yeah, that feels good. And so I have something to build on. And so then I can take a much holistic area, and the nutrition I take is not because it's a certain time of the day, because I've got to go eat. It's actually, I can look at what I'm putting in my mouth and make the decision. So as you can see, they break it up into a variety of I want to say little boxes. There's another way of saying little boxes. It's more appropriate. But anyway, the nutrition and skincare. The nutrition is based on whole foods. They're not chemicals. They're the best. And they're based on experiences of people very qualified in fields of how does our body use our nutrition and what is essential and what adjunct from long history of use in different families, different cultures has worked really well for them, and they've seen how it might combine with ours. And the Vital Balance, which is a big canister look thing back over there, really and truly is a nutritional component that promotes a sense of well-being, a memory, and a weight loss. And next to it is the Jade Green, which again was created by a person who had extensive damage from mercury because of what he had been working with. And he looked for a natural source that would help his body rebuild and is straight. The water, again, as I said, our water is an essential nutrient. It's not a choice that we can get away with not having enough of. Different cultures need different amounts. Some people live in an area extremely arid, and they have found they can take less than people in other environments. However, they do have a higher incidence of kidney problems. But they also do put it in the shower system, the bathing system. And it wasn't until I got into Nikken I realized how much chlorine gas I've been exposed to in my nice hot showers. It's had its own, well, anyway, so I'm still working on repairing some of that damage. Then the rest of relaxation is, this is the core, the original core, because it is the magnetic areas. And it puts it in products that we can use throughout the day and the night so that our body can persistently return to, as we have said, the Earth's field, the natural core Earth magnetic field, which is essential to life. The astronauts helped us demonstrate that reality when they went out in space for a period of time, and upon returning, they were found to have certain health things that were really problematic. So therefore, the old ancient wisdom of the Earth's energy being so powerful and Mother Earth being the giver has been shown to be, hey, they were right. So how to begin your new success story? Well, I'm excited about this, and I share this thing all over the place, and I love it. So come, if you check us out, because we can be saying these sort of things to get you to buy something, but check us out, and if you feel that you want to, and it works for you, oh, come on, join us. Nikken is going to be the next. It's just incredible because it's a field that we have naturally in our bodies. It's not something we created. God did. So
thank you, Hattiejane. Thanks so much. We have Judy Matt on board today as well, and she's going to share her experiences with Nikken in the next 5 minutes or so that we have. And appreciate you coming, Judy. Let me make sure you're unmuted. There you go.
Thank you. Good morning, Randy, and thank you to you and Hattiejane for having me on this morning. Just give you a little bit of history. My particular background was in psychology and teaching at university level. And then I became involved in business and applied all of those principles that I'd been teaching in psychology into business. And marketing, network marketing seems to fit very well because networking was a big part of the psychology courses that I was teaching, and getting young people to learn how to network. So this is amazing. And I first became involved in Nikken through my daughter, Judy Matt, whom many of you have known and met through Nikken. She was so passionate about Nikken, and she introduced me to Nikken without me even realizing what she was doing. Starting off with a water bottle and her passion about good water. And I would travel. She was living in New Jersey at the time, and I would travel from my home and near Toronto in Canada to New Jersey, which was about an 8-hour drive. And I would arrive exhausted, tired, and go to bed. And then the next day would take me the whole day to recuperate. And so one of my trips down there, without my knowing it, Julie had set up a whole sleep system in the guest room where I was sleeping. And when I woke the next morning, she said to me, well, hey, Mom, how are you feeling today? And I said to her, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not as tired as I usually am. And so she had this big smile on her face and, proceeded to explain to me everything that she had done to help my sleep that night. So that was amazing to me. And so I set up, with Julie's help, my own sleep system and wellness home with the water and the waterfall. And I continue to say that waterfall, the water from that is like silk. It's like drinking silk. That's how I find it. And of course, the insoles and the other magnetic products that are available through Nikken have helped. I have a little magnet with the Nikken tape on me right now because I'm having some leg issues. And so I use that, and I sleep with that little mag board. I don't know what it's called exactly, that little magnet. I take that to bed with me at night, and I move it around to the different places where I might be feeling a little ache or a joint pain. And it travels with me. And the seat, I bring that with me. If I'm going somewhere to sleep, I'll bring that and put it in the bed under the sheet and sleep on it as well. So I have had the opportunity to experience many of the products. And as you say, when you get to be a certain age, you appreciate them perhaps a little bit more. And the passion that Julie had for Nikken, I am continuing her legacy and want to spread the good news, the health issues, that we can be more preventative about. That's my passion right at the moment. And I appreciate the mentors in Nikken, the people who have come up to me and have offered their help. And don't worry, I'm not on your upline or your downline. It doesn't matter. We're here to help you. You have any questions, please don't hesitate to call. So I'm very grateful for that. And another thing that I find is quite impressive about the people involved in Nikken is the number of years that they have been involved. It's not a fly-by-night hit or miss type of a company. It's people who have been there 5, 10, 15, 20 plus years who have been involved. And obviously they're there because it works. They wouldn't be continuing along if it wasn't beneficial in so many ways, on so many levels. So that I find is a great testimonial in itself. And I have a young mom who happens to be my granddaughter who is going to be joining in, Brittany, and she has 2 young children. And I see her as being another venue to bring more young people, young parents on board to see the benefit of Nikken and their health products. And I think, as you mentioned, this gig type of marketing, this gig type of entrepreneurship is a wave of the future. So I see Brittany as being part of that wave of the future, and I'm very happy that she has joined in, and she will become a consultant as of January. So that's kind of my little histoire, and I appreciate you asking me to come and tell my story. And I just look forward to bigger and better things with Nikken.
Thank you so much. I have a question. As since you're from the field of psychology, what do you notice in that healthy mind aspect from Nikken?
Well, I find it's very important, and it's something that we have to concentrate on. A healthy mind and stress is involved there. So if you can help eliminate that stress through some of the products in Nikken, your mind becomes healthier. I've been dealing with quite a bit of stress the last couple of years, and so I am definitely using the products, and I'm finding that it is helping me, and I know that eliminating stress from the body is going to help me achieve a better health balance in the future. So I find that psychology works in the stress level.
Awesome, thank you. So we need to close now, but I know we could all talk forever about what it means to us. But can you just in 30 seconds, what would you tell to someone who's watching for the very first time, Judy?
I would say definitely get involved and start talking to people who are already involved in Nikken, and take advantage of that mentorship. And anyone you know who has mentioned Nikken, just ask them, how do I go about getting involved? I just want to learn. Let me know about the products. Let me know what it can do. If a person is actually wanting to help in the future. And I think that's where our young people are. I mean, no offense against us in our age group, but I think the future is with our younger people.
Brittany's showing us one of the younger people who's benefiting. That's awesome. That's your great-grandchild, Judy. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Appreciate it. I'm going to go back to just a closing shot. Thanks, Brittany. Going back to, let's see, share. Here we go. So let's begin your new success story. It's all about getting involved, as Judy said so well. Become a customer, start using the products, and then if you start sharing them, Nikken will start sending you money, and you can become a part-time entrepreneur, and you can even fire your boss and become a full-time entrepreneur, as many of us have. So thank you so much for being part of this webinar, and we do this every Thursday except for holidays, and there's another one this evening, a webinar, and there's also a special call that I will be doing one of our nutritional products that are absolutely extraordinary tonight And so check with the person who asked you to join this webinar for more information about how to join those webinars. And we have them going all the time, Saturday morning, Friday, tomorrow. The company is having a special announcement for December. So do just plug in and learn. And as Judy said so well, find some mentors in Nikken that can guide you along, because it is, a turnkey operation. You just do what works and get your own products. So thank you all for joining, and I'm going to end the recording now. Take care.